This is Mark Torregrossa. Thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. Yeah, we have weather galore here over the next week or so. So let's get right on to it. We need some warmer temperatures because I'm starting to run out of long sleeve shirts. I'm kind of a tropical shirt type of guy. So wish I could don that, but I can. In fact, it looks like it's going to go to sweaters for me here very shortly. So let's get started here. And it's Friday, of course. All right, so here we go. Radar, nothing substantial at the moment, but we'll see the lake effect picking up as we head into the afternoon and evening hours. So as a result, there is a winter weather advisory in the purple shaded counties, basically up the Lake Michigan shoreline, from Benton Harbor to Leelanau County, and then also the southern part of the UP as well. This is a southerly wind. This winter weather advisory for 3 to 6 inches of snow goes into effect most places this afternoon, and you can see why. Here's our radar forecast. Okay, this will be the projection. This is a modeling of what will happen. So let's go to noon. And you can see that the snow shower is starting to pick up from Grand Rapids westward through Holland, Allegan, South Haven, along the shoreline northward. Hey, good morning, Chloe Valentine from Fostoria, and good morning, John from Lake Anne, and Kathy Gould from Ipsy. Good morning. So this is 6 o'clock this evening. And basically, I'm using 131 north-south as a dividing line. West of that, you get snow showers. Some of them will be, fairly substantial at times. East of it, you'll get what I call decorative flurries. So this is the middle of the night tonight, and then we go to Saturday morning. And again, east side of the state, no problem. Janet Sirdowski, will the thumb get snow? On this one, just decorative flurries. On the one next week, yes, we will all get it. And that's why I said white Christmas. Yes. All right, so we're into Saturday, and this tries to indicate, one of those lake effect bands coming from the southern part of Lake Michigan across I-94. So watch out for that. It's not a real big problem, but the problem are the idiot drivers. You know how that goes. They fly along and then they run into one of these bands that crosses I-94 or I-96 or I-69, and then whoa, they act like they've never driven in snow before. Libby McEldowney, is there going to be any snow in Jackson or Battle Creek today? Jackson, decorative flurries. Battle Creek, probably about the same, maybe an inch or so in Battle Creek. Okay, so now we go a little bit farther with a model that goes farther into the future. This is Friday afternoon, Friday night. The main thing you should get out of this is that the snow is going to pick up. As the colder air moves in, you could see snow showers becoming more widespread across lower Michigan. And the second thing you should get out of this is that the concentrated areas hang on the shoreline, like I said, US 131 and westward. And then we go into Sunday morning, and the snow still going in the far north, but breaking down elsewhere. So how much snowfall through the weekend? I'd call it a 3 to 6 inch solid snow. Grand Rapids to Benton Harbor, on up to Big Rapids, to Cadillac, to the Traverse City area. Definitely Leelanau County, Benzie County, Wexford County. And then all the way up into Boyne, to the high areas toward the bridge, and some areas of the UP as well. So we got you covered on the weekend. It's quite snowy in the western third, eastern 2/3, often on snow showers, no real problems. Now next week, what is up? So we're still watching a storm, and it's still on Thursday. The European has had it on Thursday for what, 3 or 4 days now, so it's starting to get a little closer. Still can be major tweakings to the forecast, because what happens is these global models that forecast out long range, 7-10 days, they need to look at the weather all around the globe, because this storm might be in Russia right now, or might be in Europe, moving toward the east and eventually get to us 7 to 10 days down the road. So the observations, when they're that far out, make it kind of an iffy forecast. But as the storm gets closer to the U.S. coast, there's a lot more observations put into it, and then the forecast gets solid. So my point being is we can still have jumps in the forecast, even though it's been fairly steady forecast. So let's go to it and show you what the European looks like for next week. Okay, so we are at, let's see here. Make sure you can see it good. Yes, you can. All right. Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Tony McGurr and David Abram. Good morning. Okay, so Sunday night, the lake effect breaking down. Monday looks like a dry day. If you were going to travel somewhere, Monday would be a good day to do it. Tuesday, middle of the day, has a 1 to 3 inch snow coming across northern lower Michigan and the eastern UP. The rest of us, southern lower Michigan, dry. Wednesday, good travel day. Your last good travel day for a few. So there's Wednesday. And then here's Wednesday night. Notice the low pressure center now tracking toward the southeast. So this model has had various tracks, but all with about the same timing and all with about the same eventual outcome. So this is Thursday morning. So I wrote about a flash freeze. It looks like much of lower Michigan would be in the snow to start, and the flash freeze would go from about the Indiana border southward: Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee. Okay. So then here is Thursday afternoon, and we're right in the thick of a wound up storm system and a cold front. And I'll show you a little bit different way to look at it here coming up. So my point to everybody is Thursday, not the day to travel. Not anywhere. If this bears out, this is 162 hours out now. I don't know how many days that is. What is that? 6 days. And it's still iffy. At 3 and 4 days, this is pretty solid. The exact details can change. Kathy Dig, I'm traveling to Kentucky on Thursday. How will it be? No. That is the amount of precip from 7 a.m. Thursday to 1 p.m. Thursday. The problem is this cold front is going to race so quickly, you can't get there fast enough. You have to go Wednesday afternoon and beat it, because that's where the flash freeze will be. I'll show that to you in just a minute. Okay, so we get on the backside Thursday night. Now we're into the wind-driven snow. And then Friday, we're into a solid shield of lake-enhanced snow around lower Michigan. Not heavy, but steady. And it doesn't break down until sometime on Saturday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, not going to be days you want to travel. Here's a different look at it with the precipitation types. And we'll go into Wednesday night. This is Thursday morning, actually, 1 a.m. Kathy Digue, did you get my message on Kentucky? So this is 7 a.m. Thursday. And then this is 1 p.m. Thursday. This is a very key map right there. So what you're seeing there is you're seeing a low pressure system. You're seeing most of Michigan in the colder air to already start to snow. So it's not a great situation, but it's not the flash freeze where you get the rain falling and then temperature goes from 40 to 20 in 15 minutes or a half hour. Where is the flash freeze? To the south of us, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, if you're traveling that way, Illinois too. So we go back to this, and you can kind of see where that pink line is. That is basically the cold front and where the rain is changing quickly to snow. But that's my flash freeze criteria, is that it's got to be raining before the temperature drop. If it even stops raining for an hour or two, then the roads usually blow dry, and then the plunge comes in and you get side road ice, but not on the pavement of interstates ice. So we will continue to keep an eye on that one for you. So that's midday Thursday, and then we go to Thursday night, and that's a great signature right there for a white Christmas. This is Friday morning, and if you can just hang out in your robe Friday morning, great weather pattern for it. And that's Saturday, and then, like I said, breaking down Sunday. So if you're looking at traveling around that Christmas period, it's either Wednesday or I'm going to say early the following week. It'll get a little bit better. So here's the European on total snowfall. And again, remember, this is just as a guide, and it's just because I told you white Christmas. Yes. No, I have the emphasis wrong. White Christmas? Yes. And so you'll see why here. It's probably a solid 3 to 6 inch snow next week, wind driven. So here is the weekend snow, of course, the 3 to 6 along the shoreline. And then we go into next week, and this one puts on, it puts on 6 to 10 inches across southern lower Michigan. Conceivable, but usually these are overdone by half this far out. So, it looks and smells like a 3 to 6 inch snow at least, with maybe some areas a little heavier than that. So white Christmas, most certainly yes, and much colder air on the way after that too. So today's snow into tomorrow, treacherous western third of the state. The rest of the state we can get by with decorative flurries and spotty accumulations. And then next week we'll have to continue to watch, and I want you to start making the plans. Go somewhere Wednesday, or you're probably Sunday or Monday would be of the following week after Christmas. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday all look like fairly safe travel days. Thursday, Friday, no, not really. And Saturday, I guess it depends on how they treat the roads. There you go. Thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. Have yourselves a great weekend. I plan on keeping us updated on the weekend, so you may see me here again. You may see me with a full-blown work schedule this weekend, just depending on what the storm looks like. And take care. I'll definitely see you Monday. Bye.